Hello and welcome to our review of the DualSense Edge controller. This is the latest controller from Sony, which is an updated version of their popular DualSense controller. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the features and design of the controller, and give our verdict on whether it's worth buying. The DualSense Edge controller looks almost identical to the original DualSense controller, but there are some subtle differences. The first thing you'll notice is that the Edge has a slightly different texture on the grips, which gives it a more premium feel. The buttons and triggers are also more responsive than the original controller, and the touchpad is larger, which makes it easier to use. One of the main features of the DualSense Edge controller is its haptic feedback. This allows you to feel the game you're playing in a way that's never been possible before. The haptic feedback is incredibly precise and responsive, and it really does add a new level of immersion to games. Another great feature of the DualSense Edge controller is its adaptive triggers. These triggers can be programmed to offer different levels of resistance depending on what you're doing in the game. For example, if you're firing a bow and arrow, the trigger will offer more resistance as you pull it back, which makes it feel like you're really drawing the bowstring back. In terms of performance, the DualSense Edge controller is excellent. It's incredibly responsive and accurate, and it really does feel like an extension of your hands. The haptic feedback and adaptive triggers add a new level of immersion to games, and they really do make a difference. So, is the DualSense Edge controller worth buying? Well, if you're a serious gamer who wants the best possible experience, then we would definitely recommend it. The haptic feedback and adaptive triggers really do add a new level of immersion to games, and the improved design and responsiveness make it a pleasure to use. However, if you're on a tight budget, then the original DualSense controller is still an excellent option. Overall, we're very impressed with the DualSense Edge controller and we would definitely recommend it to anyone who wants the best possible gaming experience.